chance, which I'm sure we will, to see that parallax in action for complexity and the true power of it. But this game, yeah, we're already getting the Moira in response, and we got another set of bans coming up here, so we'll not be surprised if we don't see it, unfortunately. But the third pick, Evil Corporation's putting a lot of I'm sure Parasite's part of it. They're thinking, do we go the Parasite here, or do we see if it can slip through again, right? Like, that has to be at least some part of the thought here. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, now they have to ban Parasite, though. I mean, they have to Ophelia. Yeah.
It's like,
Good.
okay, we'll just get that out of the way right here.
Nah, it's a good decision.
Ooh, Tempest as well, so they're taking out the jungle options here from Tankopet. There's again the Parallax and the Wild Soul, okay. So what's left open for Tankopet if they still want to do that? They got, I guess, Solstice, Legionnaire, not usually his kind. He plays a little bit of Legionnaire, actually, but...
Casulafant still open against
oh, yeah.
Ophelia, pretty good as well.
True.
Not many other options, to be fair.
Yeah. At the fourth pick for complexity, we'll see what they go. They already have their jungler, of course, and still need their carry, and probably, I mean, it could be middle of suicide, depending on where they end up with the Behemoth. Probably middle, as they are known for having the Yasker and Behemoth quite a bit, so that would be my guess here, at least.
Yeah. Could definitely see a prisoner here again. Or the Moraxis even, yeah.
Yeah. And actually, so they could match the Moraxis again in the suicide because of the Moira. I know he's very good against her, so.
Something tells me that Fuzzy is not the biggest fan of Behemoth, though.
Yeah. True.
So, yeah, I'm not sure how they're going to play that out. Maybe it's just a kind of scare factor. They have to tell them, yeah, we're going to deal with your Moira anyways.
Corrupted, okay. Now, when ECX picks up Corrupted, I feel like they usually go aggressive with it. I feel like they usually go like kind of an aggressive dual lane with it. So, I wonder if it's setting up for that.
Mm-hmm. If they decide to not do that in the end, then I feel like the Corrupted pick was a bit too early, though. So usually more of similar to like a Mage Bane, where you counter special heroes like Ugi. Corrupted is more of the, we carry your heart auto-attacking heroes. And if they actually decide to not run this aggressive, then I feel like it's a bit too early with the pick.
Yeah, well, there's that, and now you're right, too, because Complexity, they still don't have their carry. They need their carry now, so now they have this information, okay, we're going up against Corrupted. What's a carry that maybe isn't as vulnerable to that conduit? Obviously, essentially everyone's going to be at least somewhat vulnerable to it, but what would come to like a Mage Bane maybe? Something like that, who has the ability to just kind of get away pretty quickly, or maybe a tanky carry, I guess, like an Armadon almost or something like that?
I don't see the Mage Bane here, because it's so, like they have so much lockdown. I feel like Corrupted is pretty good against Swiftblade, though.
He is. I had the same reaction as you did.
So yeah, it is definitely going to scare off the men up lane, though. They're not going to man up against the Rhapsody, Ophelia, and Swiftblade. Okay. I hope.
You don't think so? It's too dangerous with the Swiftblade final pick?
I mean, I would say so. I mean, Moira is generally in the laning phase a pretty vulnerable hero.
What?
Wow.
Oh my gosh. I love it. I love everything about it. ECX is my new favorite team. I always knew it. No, Defiler. Okay. So, no, I'm generally excited, though, because Defiler really, I love this hero. She got some pretty good buffs. The new staff of the Master on her is actually really insane if you get to that point. I've always thought her AoE silence is powerful. It is a huge radius. That's a large amount of time as far as silence lockdown. So, but I did not see that coming here. I don't think Complexity did either.
Mm-hmm. And I believe I saw them even scrim with the fighter several times before. Now, I'm not actually sure if that was ECX or some other team.
Huh.
But I think I think it must have been Evil Corporation.
Yeah, I mean, they're running it here, so it's very possible. Yeah, this is not a hero you kind of just pick up out of the blue. It's safe to say you practice with it at least a little bit. So, that would not surprise me. I mean, so what do you think, though? Like, what do you think of the Hero Defiler and what it may do for them here?
Well, Defiler most certainly is a really good hero against Swiftblade. And so, first of all, your ulti goes through the spin and deals massive amounts of damage.
Yeah.
Then, obviously, pretty good against Ophelia, silencing all those minions and the ultimate and so on. And usually, you want to get, I don't know how it is now because of the staff. Maybe that's the first kind of item you want to pick up. But usually you get the Stomp Spirit, and that's one of those items that is really countering the Swiftblade.
Yeah. And it is good combo. You can throw herself up in the air, and the ghosts still do plenty of damage for her. That's the idea, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so... yeah, no, I'm intrigued just like you are, though, with the staff idea, because we know that it's powerful, and I think that's kind of a universal exception here. Like, people have come to find that the staff on Defiler, this new staff of the Master, which, by the way, let's talk about that for a second, just to clarify what it is. So, you now have the ability to activate the Unholy Expulsion after you've used it, and as you kind of read right here, essentially, you can use it on a target, an enemy target, to then send all the ghosts to do just all the rapid damage on that target, whether it's a building or a hero. And that itself is, I want to say, like on a 3-second cooldown or something like that. Maybe 5 seconds, but it's a pretty short cooldown overall. So while they're active, you can do that multiple times. And then it also has the ability to then either use on yourself or an ally to then heal. For the, like the end of the ability that then heals Defiler, you could actually sacrifice the ultimate to heal somebody, or even yourself when you want to. So it gives you so much more control over the ability of what already was a pretty powerful ability in the first place. So whether it's a core item, I think you could argue that it is. Whether it's first pickup material, yeah, that's where it's tough to say. So we'll see what Embry does here. Coming out.
Yeah, I mean, Steph is also the kind of stats item that you want to get on a hero like Defiler. It's sort of similar like the Steph on Electrician, where it gives you like the right amount of stats. It's all you need. Like you need HP, you need mana regen, or mana in general, and that is exactly what Defiler needs. So I can definitely see Steph being a very powerful item, and even the built-up items are quite good for Defiler.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, obviously he's one that will benefit from those. So, all right. Again, we'll see how he does. And when it comes to laning too, I mean, Defiler, I think it's safe to say, is definitely pretty good at that whole laning thing. Her attack range being 600, and the Wave of Death, she can use that for a heavy harassment to help clean up creep kills. And she can use it pretty frequently, especially if she gets the passive built up with the Power in Death. So, fun to see a hero like this on a pretty crucial game here for ECX. So, all right, look at the lanes. Complexity. They're going aggressive up here.
I don't know. Why do you do that?
You don't like it.
Nah. I mean, they definitely didn't expect a Tundra top, right? They would never dodge the Swiftblade more, no?
Yeah.
Or, I don't
know. I mean, again, I'm going to say this. If I can expect it, I'm sure that they would have expected it because we saw the Corrupted pick. They're known for running the aggressive laning Corrupted Disciple. So I would like to think Complexity knew or expected this. So is there any logic to why this actually makes sense to you still, or does it not make sense at all?
I mean, to me it doesn't make sense at all. I mean, they have 4 people top right now against the solo Tundra that already managed to get level 2. They have a free-farming Defiler now, they have a free-farming Corrupted, and Morexus is going to suffer mid already because there is two heroes camping him. I mean, B, he isn't even bottom. He's just camping mid. They have no one bottom.
Oh, we see right there, Magnus trying to get away is actually going to be fine in the end, but geez, takes a lot of damage there, so good for him. But yeah, they literally give up the bottom lane. That is very true. So not only do they not try to match up against it, which as you're saying, it seems like that would be for their benefit, they avoid it altogether. So yeah, really definitely some questions to be answered here from Complexity. Of what they're ultimately accomplishing with this. Now, what they could be accomplishing is a kill on Tundra as they're going in for it, but I don't know if it's going to happen in the end. You see Ophelia using the Skeleton King, tanking the tower, forcing Tundra to eat through the trees. Now he's in a bad spot, though. Here comes Magnus. Oh, he's done just right as the spin happened. You see Tundra using the cold shoulder, getting away. Not going to happen. Rhapsody with the staccato to finish off Tundra right there. So hell of an attempt, actually, coming out from Zane, but it finally dies. Magnus and Moira are not going to be enough, but well, I mean that's definitely one part of it where they can kill Tundra with some diving here. So
yeah, sure they can, but still 2 heroes of the Hellborn team free farming.
Yeah.
I mean, B is finally bottom, which is good. At least he's gonna get free experience here.
Yeah, maybe they just wanted an early kill with Behemoth, and that's why it wasn't bottom in the first place, but he definitely missed out on some experience, and it was a risky play to do that, if that was the case.
I mean, that's kind of the only thing I expect as well. Like, they didn't expect the man up Corrupted, so they sent the BA top to get an early kill and secure the lane. Because I don't think if they really expected Tundra, then they would never had the BH top, I feel like. Now BH is in a bit of trouble.
He's possibly dead right here. He just fissured, so they know it's not up. And beautiful hero block by Magnus as well on top of that. Secures an easy kill, so Oscar, as soon as he does come down to this bottom lane, finds himself in a trap and eventually gets picked off. Good job by Evil Corporation doing some rotating and securing that kill right there. How is middle going? Defiler, I would have to think, is doing pretty good. 19-5 compared to a 22-3 Moraxis. So Moraxis actually does have the slight lead here in the middle. It's been a pretty funky laning phase though to start, to be fair, so obviously there was the movement early on and Behemoth trying to gank middle and things, so definitely take that in consideration. But both are doing solid in the end, it looks like.
I felt like those rotations actually favored Defiler, but
yeah,
I guess he had to struggle a bit more with that.
Magnus, he's looking. Can't really. I mean, again, the Wave of Death, it's some pretty good damage, but it's not something that's going to burst somebody down out of nowhere. It's one of those things that over time it'll wear you out, so trying to maybe gank with this middle lane might not be too successful in the end, especially now with a level 6 Moraxis. He tends to tank. Meanwhile, top lane, Tundra, he should die right here. Can the TPs maybe get any response kills? Conduit goes up. There's the stun, and the Swiftblade doesn't really stand much of a chance. So, I mean, right there is a perfect example as to why Swiftblade into Corrupted is not necessarily a great choice. The Conduit goes right through the spin. Not that it really mattered there, but that's just to kind of make that point out of that. So, good rotation, though, from Evil Corporation.
I feel like Complexity, like at the time they sent Ophelia into their own woods, they should also rotate Swiftblade bottom. They just can't play the 2v5 game up top. They're always gonna have those rotations with Magnus and Moira in up there. So yeah, Corrupt is gonna stay top now, Swiftblade bottom. It's a good decision from both sides, I think.
Good decision from both sides, but it's obviously favored ECX so far here, up until this point. So that's where they're definitely coming out on top. Again, Corrupted Disciple, 440 gold per minute now. Corrupted's definitely one of these other interesting heroes. It looks like he is going for the Energizer first, but after that, where would you see him going? Is this a staff game, you think? Is this more the Firebrand, the Shrunken, what?
I think Immaboy is pretty known for going Energizer into like directly Shrunken on Corrupted, which in this game I could also see it work. I mean, it just gives him the kind of mobility to roam freely in those fights.
Yeah.
And especially against the more XSP heat, that is the most important thing.
All right, we'll see. Again, the Energizer probably going to be first here, but it's like wherever Corrupted goes, the Legion team just doesn't want to deal with it. Because he's now at the top lane by himself. So yeah, this laning phase really is definitely throwing things for a loop here. They're literally saying, farm on your Corrupted, we're fine with that. We're going to try to do well elsewhere. But, I mean, in most cases, that's usually a not the better decision. I think this is kind of one of those here where Corrupted is... He's also one of those early game carries, too, that if he gets out of hand, I mean, they start pushing as a team, which by all means they can do. Defiler is obviously fantastic for that. I don't know if Complexity is going to have enough stopping power. Now, Behemoth is part of the way to solve that, I guess, with the fissures and the counter push, but yeah, I feel like Complexity really put themselves in a very, very tight spot right here with the initial laning phase, and they're kind of just having to try to find their way out of it. But yeah, so with that said too, okay, going to the push now, this Hellborn side again. Defiler, she's been level 6, she's level 7 now, in fact. Do you think your ultimate's kind of one of those, almost like a Polywog wards, where you want to try to use it, you know, right as you get it, maybe to push a tower or something, or is it fine that we're not really seeing that here?
I think it's a bit different. Simply because you have to consider that it's so uncontrollable that you can't really make use of it right away.
Yeah.
So you kind of need to force out the enemy mid hero to leave the lane in order to pressure the tower hard enough with your ultimate to get it. And seeing as he's up against the Morexes, that's not going to happen. Just naturally he's so tanky hero that he will be able to sustain himself in a lane. So the fighter is not going to get that mid tower anytime soon.
Well, Corrupted may get the top tower at this rate. Now, as I say that, they are going to be going in right here. I mean, you can tell, though, he's not really too scared. Behemoth was, like, running right up to him. It is a level 5 Behemoth, though, and he knew the fissure was on cooldown, so understandable there. But Moira happens to be nearby, too. Is level 3 currently. It's not the most threatening. Bottom tower, though, Tundra, he's going to maybe try. No, it's going to be boxed out. And this will be a free tower kill for Formless, actually. Getting credit right there. That'll allow him to finish the Abyssal Skull. But again, the secondary tower top lane, they're still pushing it in. Moira coming in with a flank. She's trying to harass them a little bit, if anything. But not going for any kills necessarily. But again, Corrupted, until maybe, I think Swiftblade's kind of the one that he would be worried about. If Swiftblade goes missing, they may fall back. But, I mean, you know Swiftblade's bottom, so what's the point? He feels comfortable enough. There's a TP coming in, but yeah, he's just going to run back. Energizer. Immaboy just knows that he can handle a Rhapsody Behemoth right now. He's not feeling pressured.
Oh, close one.
Not only not feeling pressured, but nearly killing Rhapsody in the end. Right
so the only thing Hellborn team has to worry about right now is that Magnus and especially the Moira here don't fall behind too much in levels. Near only level 3 here. It's not that great, but it's not too bad either. Love on the other side is only level 4 as well. But yeah, that's going to be a big factor, seeing as those fights haven't really been there yet, and that is usually where the supports get their experience from.
Yeah.
Especially when you run a dual support lineup. It's very crucial to get those levels on the supports.
Yeah, so Moira definitely could use those right now. Looks like you might have been right on the Shrunken Head on Corrupted. He does pick up the Mighty Blade here. So, they possibly may be going right into that here. Again, Defiler, though, is definitely the intriguing one. He has enough gold for a Glowstone if he was going for a straight staff, so he will buy the Neophytes book, which possibly means that Storm Spirit that you're talking about there. Pretty good item on here. Between the move speed, the being able to throw it up in the air while the ultimate's activated, to just a good tool, the mana regen in general. So, yeah, it seems like it actually is just overall a very good item for her as well.
Yeah, it's just a perfect item against Swift as well. It's like nearly as good as a tablet, or just like a little bit better, because it immediately stops the Swift slashes.
Yeah, that's true. Look at this top lane. He's trying to make a play on Corrupted. Corrupted, though, he's running, and he's going to turn around the conduit even. Again, he's just not scared. Overload's up. You see the heal from Ophelia coming in, but Corrupted Disciple, he'll even survive it in the long run. And he's just going to continue to farm. I mean, this really just shows you that he's just not worried one bit. Now, he might need to be soon, because Meraxis is coming over. Okay, Immaboy may be sticking around a little too long here. Moira definitely don't know what she's doing. Nier is going to fall. You were not Corrupted Disciple, Nier. As the tower will be denied. Yeah, he thought maybe he was also really tanky, but that wasn't the case, so.
Yeah, I really wanted that tower. Yeah, that's a good ward by Nier, though. That just saved the Corrupted big times there.
Oh, yeah. By the way, something else I noticed while that was happening, Defiler actually activated the ultimate and did Ancients with it, so some triple stack Ancients. May not be an ability that I would think to do triple stack Ancients with, but hey, it worked out pretty well. Oh, he went Tablet, by the way. As Magnus, oh my gosh, one auto attack away. The axes are just out of range. And now Moraxis in trouble. He pops the Arcane Shield, but against Defiler, oh, it's actually Moira's one that matters, but the Avalanche comes through anyways to secure that kill. So well played. Bottom lane, Swiftblade. He needs to start falling back now, as he does. And he'll be fine. Okay. But yeah, let's get back to this Defiler here. Tablet is the choice in the end. What do we think?
It's alright. Yeah, it's just an overall solid item, I guess. Yeah, don't really have much more to add.
That's it, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I guess against Swiftblade, there is the push people away from spin, things like that. So there is that purpose to it. But I don't know. It feels like that Storm Spirit is more of an appropriate item on this hero, honestly. So, but maybe a little bit of preference there. Just likes the idea of the tablet. Yeah, Behemoth is good against two, to be fair. Swiftblade, in the meantime, has the Firebrand now purchased, so Formless is playing the carry Swiftblade pretty well here. That with the Abyssal Skull. Is middle lane. There is a Portakey on Magnus, by the way. He has that now.
Wow. Yeah, Tundra has his soon as well. 100 gold. So, yeah, they're probably going to look to do something soon.
They're doing it right now. Eruption comes out. Ophelia really doesn't stand a chance here, and that was the case. I don't think the Ophelia's touch was even necessary. Pretty obvious that he was dead right there, to be honest, but tried to live, did not. The minions also all get picked off. Swiftblade's running in, though. Swift Slash is coming out. He's going to spin on top, gets the one kill. They tried to silence him before. We're too late. That Courier, though, look at the slow on that. Here comes the Conduit, and now Swiftblade is going to be picked off, so Formless, well, he regrets that decision. That was not worth it at all. As he goes down.
That comes back to the Swiftblade pick. Even Tundra, as we saw right there, is like really good against Swiftblade. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the Swiftblade pick was a bit odd right there.
Yeah.
And they're definitely going to get one, maybe even two towers out of this from bottom lane.
And again, that's kind of the effect of a Defiler too. It's if you even just lose the one hero, similar to the idea of the Polywog or any of these mass push heroes, you're going to lose something. You'll lose a tower most likely, as we see right there. She happens to be right nearby, presses R, and the tower dies shortly after. So she does buy a Clothestone now, by the way, so maybe Embry is going to be looking at Staff of the Master next after the tablet here. Again, it really is just such a strong item, it feels like, on this hero that we never see, but maybe the new staff is going to bring in the attention. Shrunken Head also on Corrupted Disciples, of course, the other big thing here for the Legion side. Middle lane, Tundra. Oh, he's gonna die. He actually almost lived there, but the final auto attack came out and secured the kill.
That was weird, though. I mean, he straight ran into the tower.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that was about. Maybe he was baiting. I mean, Corrupted was nearby the whole time, so.
No, maybe he tapped out or something, I don't know.
Have to check some scores. Some soccer scores or something. That's what Europeans do, right?
I guess,
scores.
Yeah. We're a lot into football, that is correct. Especially those German guys.
Yep, as we call it, soccer.
Yeah.
All right, we've settled that. Rhapsody, she's just staying alive. Gonna be fine there. I love this Rhapsody skin. It's fun music. Middle lane push, here we go though. Defiler, again, it's that Unholy Expulsion up. It's like, what's the point? It just dies so fast. It's level 2 now as well, so.
They're gonna go for more. And they're gonna get more for sure. The Legion team can't fight this at all.
Oh yeah, no.
So they have to peek on B, you know.
Yeah, you see here it's still up and for another 5 seconds. She could just tank the tower. I'm not sure why she's not. I mean, it's gonna wear off and it'll heal her anyways. But not risking it. But yeah, the not only the ultimate level 2 now, but the level 4 power and death. Remember that also increases it gives her some extra spirits there on her ultimate. So it's all coming together there in that sense. The double porta key between Magnus and Tundra, a lot of fight in there. But yeah, they do fall back from it. A little too risky to push it there. As you look at the Legion side and what they have to at least be excited about. Moraxis is that. I mean, 220 gold per minute. He's not doing crazy well, but Fuzzy Sloth, as you would usually expect, is doing at least solid. They're looking for a kill middle. Oh, man, Behemoth has had a second guessed himself big time, and I think the Ward of Sight was the reason for that. Yeah, they saw Moira over here. They figured it wasn't going to happen. Now they're kind of going back in. They want to make a play. But it's just too risky, they think, and I understand that. I mean, Moira presses the Arcane Vortex, and all of a sudden, people come in and turn you. So, not gonna risk it in the end. I'm excited to see the staff pick up. I'm not gonna lie, in Defiler, it's coming, and I can't wait to see what it does here when she does get it. Meanwhile, middle lane, who needs a staff when you get the great jump like this? Behemoth goes down. Moraxis with that Matrix up. He's taking some good damage. Swift Slash is coming in. It's a lot of spread right there. Back grab, protect the Melody. That's going to be canceled, though. She goes down. Meanwhile, Arcade Vortex holds him in place. Moraxis picked off as well. And now Swiftblade, he's on the run all of a sudden. There is a buyback on Moraxis, I believe. Yeah, and he's a big stun in, actually. But those ghosts are still doing plenty of damage from Defiler. You can't forget about that. Another silence comes out. They're going to be wearing off in a couple of seconds right here. But Moraxis now, he does not want to die twice. He throws out a stomp. Unfortunately, he missed. And he will go down a second time. So a fight taken by Complexity. Doesn't work out once again. And now they're falling really far behind here in game number 3.
Yeah, that's the staff on the Defiler. And, I mean, Ophelia did a really good job there, sacrificing her minions for the Defiler ulti, so she doesn't deal that much damage to the heroes. But, man, they're just in such a big lead right now. There's no way that Legion team can fight. And they should just split push. I mean, they have Ophelia, they have Swiftblade. They can easily split push towers.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to just, give up those tier 2 towers, but if you're facing a Defiler that is so far ahead, then you probably just have to call it. I mean, you have to drop those towers.
Yeah. It's game 3 here. Complexity, no doubt, going to fight it out, and obviously they're just in general a team that will try to persevere, but yeah, this lead is definitely getting scary already. Now a Steam staff picked up by Swiftblade, so you'd have to think an Assassin Shroud is probably next in line after the Frostburn finish here. I mean, again, Swiftblade's still continuing to farm very well. Now, to be fair, Complexity is making a point to make sure that he at least gets farm. Not really anyone else. You see the GPM charts, it drops off a lot after the Swiftblade. So definitely putting the eggs in the basket of Swiftblade here. And hoping that he's going to be enough, as, yeah, he's going to have to try to help defend base now. Because Staff Defiler, here we go.
When you saw Embrace not using ulti for that tower, that was, oh my god.
Wow.
That can't happen.
We go really quickly. Rhapsody goes down. Here comes the Moraxis. Behemoth Shockwave. Pretty good one at that, but look at the Ghost all of a sudden. Focus fire Behemoth. He drops to Half-Life immediately. Magnus ends up going down. It almost looked like he got ported or something like that, but no, he does die. As the Legion team, they'll actually hold. I mean, they didn't use a buyback there. That was just simply holding. Corrupted ended up dying. This game is definitely not over.
Yeah, looked like a pretty good jump, but yeah, diving the base like that always opens up for a perfect swift slashes. And actually, that wasn't even used.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about. I'm going to have to watch the replay right here because I'm just as confused as you, honestly. Yes, how they held so well in that fight. Once you get the chance here, but I mean, sure, Evil Corporation, they did go pretty far. I mean, they went beyond the racks there initially, so. Well, so slashes are used there to clean up a kill on Moira in the meantime. So good find there for him. All right, here's the replay. Let's see. So there's the jump. Yeah, they went pretty deep right there. So, and they did that to kill Rhapsody, but this Moraxis and then Behemoth coming in, even though he took a lot of damage, Imba Boy's really deep. I don't know what he was thinking. You know, that's the biggest deal, actually. It's almost looked like he wasn't paying attention to his life, which is strange to say for Imba Boy, but he was just going really deep, no backup around him, and he just died, kind of diving the base right there. And that thing, that was definitely the biggest part of that, I'm pretty sure, so. They don't want that to happen again, or else Complexity is going to be in a pretty good spot themselves.
Yeah, that's pretty unfortunate. It was an unfortunate fight for them. I think what they should do right now is wait for the level 16s. They just got it. And yeah, maybe get the Geos on Corrupted, and then take Conquer. The fighter is really good at taking Conquer as well, so they could easily take that, and then they can try again to go on the base with even better and stronger ultimates. So I think if they do that, then they're still in a really good spot, even though they just threw a bin.
Yeah. Swiftblade, Assassin Shroud, again, the choice for him, and he is level 16 now, so. What is Imba Boy buying, by the way? He buys a broadsword here. Maybe. What do we think that is? Is that a shroud as well? It's odd to see that first, but.
I think it was Mewtwo as well that got a shroud on Thursday pretty early on the hero.
Yeah.
Maybe that's no. Maybe that became a bit popular again.
Okay. Well, yeah, I guess, I mean, looking at what it makes, it's that or Rift Shards you'd have to figure in. I don't think Rift Shards is the Corrupted Disciple build necessarily, so. Okay, they're doing Kongor. Obviously, the Ghost helping do that pretty quickly. Now, the tower went down right next to them, and they're really trying to force this. You see the Legion team is nearby, though. Ophelia coming in. There's a Swift Slash off the back. Corrupted Disciple dropping pretty quickly. Arcane Vortex. Oh boy, this is going to be a cluster coming out of this. Here we go. As soon as they come out on top of one another, Corrupted Disciple is able to hold his ground pretty well right here. The Ghost flying around. Defiler does go down though. In the end, Protected Melody from Rhapsody. It stopped, but it mitigated some. And oh my god, Swiftblade actually is going to live right here. And I think the Protected Melody was a big part of that. Complexity's coming out on top of this fight right here. Moira will get away, but Tundra, oh, a nice escape from him actually with the portal key. But still, Complexity definitely winning the fight in the end, especially with Swiftblade surviving. You don't see this often, but it really feels like Evil Corporation is making some poor choices here.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like they could have just gotten the Conger instead of really forcing the issue there. Also, I have to say Tenkafed is positioning himself pretty poorly. He's pretty much sitting in the midst of it and trying to ulti, and that just doesn't work against a Behe Moraxis Ophelia.
Yeah. Tundra, oh no.
Did he get it?
No, he didn't.
No.
He tried. And now Moira is going to die probably unless the Fissure does that. Okay, it's good. That looked really weird. Okay. She does die, though, in the end. And now, I mean, this is just all the bottom push. We went from the bottom push, a very comfortable lead for ECX, to now Complexity is in a very comfortable lead here at 27 minutes in. What a swing here in Game 3, man.
That has turned so hard all of a sudden, like... yeah, I don't know.
Well, so where did it go wrong here for the Hellborn team? I mean, was it just simply, is it decision making? I mean, is it as simple as that? They're forcing the fight, they're pushing a little bit too far into the base, and is it just that really?
I don't know. I feel like first off the Moira ulti, what looked to be good in the start was kind of bad because they couldn't help Defiler when they came out, and Defiler was just stunned for I think 4 seconds even after the Moira ulti, and couldn't really get anything off, and that is kind of really bad for the Defiler, a hero that usually needs to be kind of mobile, get those spells off, and yeah, overall the positioning of the Hellborn team is pretty poor in this game, I have to say.
Oh, speaking of that, Emma Boy again goes down.
What is he doing there?
Yeah, if he was like a Mage Bane or a Hag or something, you'd figure, okay, at least he has a blink to get away. But yeah, Corrupted Disciple is not one that can just blink away, obviously. He gets jumped. He's in a tough spot. And yeah, I don't know. Something's just not clicking here all of a sudden for ECX. It really is odd to say that. Swift slashes to open, by the way, from Swiftblade onto Tundra. Finds a free kill. And they now have the biggest lead of the game. I mean, ECX didn't even have this big of a lead, I'm pretty sure, here in game number 3. So they have an 8,600 goal lead, a 15,000 experience lead. That is, how did they get so far ahead here? I don't even know. But Complexity, I'm sure they know, and they're confident with what they're doing here. I mean, it's just getting to a point. I don't want to sit here because I felt like we did just say this about ECX. Where, I mean, hell, you're even saying like if Complexity's not careful, I mean, they might just have to throw in the towel here. Give up even. And now, before we know it, they're the ones in a huge lead. So I'm not going to say that this is now that for ECX, but it feels like Complexity is just go now.
Yeah.
Swiftblade's carrying pretty hard here.
I have to say that it's also kind of the item decisions, not going for like a Storm Spirit or something on Defiler, getting the Shotgun now, that's kind of good, but especially the Broadsword on Corrupted, I just don't understand it. I mean, Geos is arguably one of the better items against Swiftblade.
Yeah. Magnus Eruption, that was not much follow-up though. Rhapsody, sure, she goes down. You see the ghosts are up, but here comes Swiftblade spinning in. Look at Corrupted Disciple, take some good damage there, but not enough. But the Shockwave to follow now, and down goes Corrupted Defiler. He sends the ghost to Behemoth, but he is dropping low himself. He needs to heal himself right now. If he can, he's not going to be able to. Swiftblade way too strong there in the midst of it. well, let's just call it a genocide. Tundra stays alive, but it might as well be one, as Complexity is now pushing out the middle lane. So, yeah, the jump, it really, they really stretched for that one. And you could tell Tankafet went in, and the rest of the team was like, well, I guess we have to kind of follow this. And they went a little too far there again. So, this is going to be a middle push now.
Yeah, and in all those fights, they didn't use the token. So this is looking really, really grim for ECX all of a sudden.
Oh, wow, yeah, he has a token, doesn't he, still? That's for another 29 seconds here. Down goes the Barracks. You see Moira's going to just harass as much as she can, but not going to matter. Look at this! Swiftblade just charges in, pops the Swift Slashes. See, he kind of wants to die, I think, but at the same time, he doesn't want to be in a bad spot. So, yeah, he is going to fall back here and will be ported back in the end. So, token not going to be used in the sense of actually dying with it, but, hey, they used it plenty to help win a team fight and be of intimidation, if anything. And there's a Wingbow purchase now. Does that dodge like the ghosts of the fight? I don't think it does. That would be pretty absurd. But I don't know, for some reason I just had that idea, like, does that evade ghosts? But yeah, I don't think it does. But still, it's obviously a great pickup here. Corrupted's going to have a lot of trouble now dealing damage to him. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the Halbund team really can do right now. They're in such a tough spot. Also, the Tundra having a level 1 puzzle box doesn't really seem to do too much.
You know, as excited I was about Defiler, I feel like the staff pickup, it's safe to say it's not really doing a whole lot here. I feel like the staff on Defiler, it's amazing if you got a lineup that's around, like, where you're just constantly pushing, like team fighting and pushing. And, I mean, sure, that was the idea of this lineup, and we saw the bottom lane, they tried for it as soon as she got it. But, you know, they committed a little too much. But when you start falling behind, it's not having that high impact of being able to, that threat of pushing towers in and pushing the base in that you hoped for. So I think that's more of the hero in general, though, than the staff pickup. You want to be pushing towers with her, of course, so. I haven't really been doing that.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely agree to that, though. If you would see Defiler having a Storm Spirit now instead of the staff, I think that would definitely be way more useful than the staff at this point. Or I feel like it would, at least.
Yeah, no, I definitely, a lot of me does agree with you, and I wonder too, you know, how much experience he does have playing with the staff on Defiler, because I have been watching too a couple of these last fights. We see the ghosts all of a sudden come together, and you can tell when he uses it, but I don't think he's used it for the heal aspect at the same time, and he's died twice now without actually using it on himself. You know, maybe it's just simply he's just too locked down, he's not able to get it off, but you gotta be on top of that, I feel like. So, meanwhile, what's going on here? Arcane Vortex. Oh, wow, Tundra will live. That's the good combo of getting the portal key off. Coming out of it, so well played there. But
yeah, I see that point. I feel like maybe he's a bit greedy because he's going to consume all spirits with that heal. And he doesn't want to, you know, waste his main spell right away. As Corrupted does get picked off quite easily and fairly early in those fights. So yeah, I think it's just a bit greed that he doesn't want to waste it there right away.
Yeah. Oh jeez, another Dancing Blade now purchased by Swiftblade. 590 gold per minute. He's going to be found here by Corrupted, but he pops the Genjiro and runs away himself. So not a big deal. Wait, oh, he doesn't have, that's why. Okay, yeah, so he split up the Genjiro to make the Wingbow, and now he's getting a Genjiro again. Okay. Got confused there for a second. What the hell was going on? Alright, so now he has both of those here at 35 minutes into the game. You do see the Sasha Shroud on Corrupted Disciple. Fight breaking out, though. Wraps it against Cop, pops the Storm Spirit. Magnus does in the background, caught Swiftblade, but here come the Swift Slashes. Ghosts are out. Look at Corrupted Disciple again. He's just dropping. The Ghosts go on to Swiftblade. Not enough, though. He needs to heal Corrupted, I'm pretty sure, with this. He's not doing it, though. Stomp coming out. And he's going to try to do more damage with the Ghost, but it's not going to matter. Down goes Defiler. There goes Corrupted, and there goes the Genocide for the Legion team. It's a GG, well played. Complexity takes the series and will go to the grand finals here in cycle number 3. They are the cycle 1 champions, trying to do so again here, and they're in prime spot to do so. Evil Corporation will fall down to the losers bracket finals, where they're going to be playing Bad Monkey Gaming in the first match tomorrow. So congratulations to Complexity here. Squirry, what do you think?
I'm kind of speechless. I didn't see this come at all. The laning phase looked so awkward for Complexity, and yeah, but they made a huge comeback, and mostly because of overextension of ECX. I have to admit that, but yeah, they played it really well after the laning phase, and some really clutch initiations from Fuzzy and Oscar. So yeah, that was really well played, and it was a really nice series overall.
It really was. It's something. It to find myself saying that they're overextending and making some pretty